Coming up next on KYOU News for you at 9, Kirksville police are on the hunt for a man suspected of shooting several people. Tonight, they warn he's armed and dangerous. With a weekend snowstorm closing in, the Iowa Department of Transportation is working to get the roads ready. Plus, 2 Iowans will be honored at the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. These stories and more as KYOU News for you at 9 starts right now.
Live from
Good evening, I'm Eric Monaghan. As we come on the air, police are searching for a man suspected of shooting multiple people in Kirksville. Police say a report came around noon today of gunfire in the 700 block of West Dodson. Multiple people were shot in and around a house, and they gave police a name and description of who they say shot them. They pointed to Anquan Glover, and police are still searching for the suspect. He's considered armed and dangerous. Kirksville police are asking for any information about the shooting. There are reports of Glover possibly driving an orange truck or SUV. Police are asking people to avoid that block of West Dodson for now. Kirksville mayor released a statement asking that everyone put the victims in their hearts and prayers and asking to trust in the emergency responders working on the investigation. As this is a developing story, we'll be bringing you updates as we receive them. So be sure to keep an eye on our Facebook and on our website at KYOUTV.com. And a Ottumwa man facing murder charges will appear in court on January 3rd for an arraignment hearing. This is after Douglas Spurgeon's attorney requested his $1 million murder bond be lowered, but that request was denied. Spurgeon is accused of killing Gerald Sapp on November 11th. Police found Sapp's body in a garage off of North Hancock on Ottumwa's south side. Spurgeon was arrested in the early hours of the next day. And with this winter coming sooner rather than later, Iowa's DOT is ready to go to keep the roads and drivers safe in the snow. KYOU 15's Shelby Slaughter has a preview of what the DOT has been preparing all year for. And with that cold weather on the way, let's make sure we're well prepared to know what's to come. Here's our meteorologist, Jan Ryard, with a look at tonight's forecast. Around 700 people in Jasper County will soon be without a job as the company is ending its turbine manufacturing. KCCI-TV is reporting the company TCI Composites is ending its production on Friday. It's been Jasper County's largest employer. About 50 workers in TPI's field service operations will remain. Those job losses were announced in October. And Hy-Vee will be adding security teams to its stores. It says it's an effort to ensure health and safety of customers and employees. These officers will be in stores during normal operating hours, and some of these new retail security officers are already out in some stores, with others still in training. And 2 Iowans are to be honored in the Rose Parade on New Year's Day in California. They'll be remembered on the Donate Life float for saving lives through organs and tissue donations. A 9-day-old girl who donated her heart valves and lungs, and a 30-year-old man, he saved 5 lives by donating several organs, eventually helping more than 300 people. The families of the honorees are in Pasadena helping to decorate the float. Now, dozens of floats are set to accompany that Donate Life float, and here's a sneak peek as volunteers are putting the finishing touches on them. And flu cases are coming back in full force this year, expected to continue going up in the new year. Now, events are happening in Fairfield on New Year's Eve. Some people are going out, others are staying in. Coming up, we'll hear from residents and what COVID protocols are being taken to ring in the new year.
on KYOUTV.com.
Welcome back. I'm Eric Monaghan. COVID-19 cases are on the rise in the nation, but they're not alone. The CDC reports flu cases are also on the rise across the country. About 4,500 flu cases were reported nationwide. That's up from about 2,500 cases just 2 weeks earlier. And experts say they expect those numbers to continue to go up over the next several weeks. CDC's urging people to remember to get their flu shots. And this is compared to last year, where flu cases were low. Health experts attribute that to social distancing and masks. And the FDA is expected to approve booster shots from kids aged 12 to 15. Currently, 20% of new cases in Wapello County are coming from people under 18. Tom Foreman reports cases across the U.S. are skyrocketing, with hospitalizations and deaths rising at a much slower pace. Health experts are also taking a look forward to tomorrow, New Year's Eve. They're urging Americans to rethink their New Year's Eve plans with a more contagious variant of COVID-19 in every state in the nation.
This is probably
Fairfield is just one of those many towns where people will be out ringing in the new year. KYOU 15 Susan Shade wanted to know what safety protocols were taking place with these gatherings. And snow is on the way, but one Des Moines man decided to beat the weather to it, bringing his own snow to his house. John Custis started spraying his Des Moines home with snow Tuesday. He hoped to make enough for about 3 inches. He says the temperature and humidity was perfect. And while he started before the real thing, one thing motivated him to get the early start. Custis says his neighbors don't mind, but he does want people driving to be careful. He says when they see him making snow, a lot of them stop in the middle of the street to take pictures.